JDs and gentlemen, guys and burls, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I do want to say this. I know I said I wouldn't be making another Xdefiant video here on the channel without concrete news and information. Well, I completely lied, because I posted a poll yesterday over on my community page here on YouTube asking about a release date of Xdefiant, when you guys thought it would release, and it got like 700 plus votes with a ton of comments. So I decided, well, that is clearly showing people want to engage in a little bit of discussion regarding Xdefiant still, and when it comes to a release date, we can kind of dig deeper into that and talk about what we think is going to happen and all that. So, I want to put this out there, flat and just right to the point in the beginning of the video. This is a discussion style video. There is no news, there is no leaks, there is nothing like that. We are going to talk about rumored stuff we've heard, but other than that, this video, you can call it clickbait, you can call it whatever you want, is this type of video I do on Mondays where we discuss things that I want to talk about for maybe the week or whatever it might be. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. We upload almost every single day here on the channel. But with that being said, let's hop into today's discussion. So yesterday I posted a poll on my YouTube channel over on the community page, and I asked basically, when do you guys think Xdefiant will release? And I gave 3 different options. I gave April, I gave May, and then I gave summer. And I gave these options because, well, we'll talk about why it's not going to launch in March, but I wanted to see your guys' thoughts on what would happen if a game got pushed back further and kind of get a reaction of where the community is right now with the lack of communication and everything, just based off of a poll. And 700 plus votes on a poll that were majority summer does not make me feel good about where the community is when it comes to the game. We'll talk about that in a second. But it just kind of gave me an idea of what people are looking at when it comes to Xdefiant, how they feel about it, and what their true thoughts and opinions are. And that's what I want today's video to be about. I want you to go in the comment section below as we go through different sections. Give me your true thoughts and opinions. I want this to be a highly commented video. I want as much reaction as we can in this video. But when it comes to March, we know that inevitably that this is not going to happen. There's no launch today. There's no launch this month. It's not coming out in March. We've kind of concrete confirmed that. All the stupid leaks and rumors of the 18th for a trailer and the 30th and the 31st for pre-download and early access with an April 4th launch, it's not happening. It's basically been proven that that's just not how gaming launches. That's not how they do it. The only thing out of that whole thing that was possible was a potential trailer on the 18th, which I knew after seeing Tom Henderson and all that, and the lack of communication and all that between Ubisoft and us, is that's not happening. But the game was never going to launch on a weekend. I don't know why we kind of bit on that and ran. I think people just saw an opportunity to get a little bit of clout and push through with that. And I know when I made my initial video talking about that, I was like, hey guys, this isn't a thing. But when it comes to a delay, I wouldn't even call it a delay at this point, because they never said they were going to launch. Those files, like I said, could have been from months ago. But when it comes to when we think the game's going to launch, a lot of you pointed towards summer, and a lot of you thought that summer was the ideal launch now, because April and May, I guess, just don't seem plausible. Or I don't know, is it just that they aren't communicating enough that you think it's going to just keep getting pushed back further and further and further, which would be the worst case scenario, because we talk about that window of opportunity, and right now gaming is in a weird state. At the time of making this video yesterday, 2 hackers hacked in the middle of an Apex tournament and remote took over other players' games, which blows my brain. I'm just like, what am I hearing? But gaming, especially online FPS gaming, is in such a weird position right now that, is it a good time for Xdefiant to launch? I mean, Call of Duty has cheating problems. Apex has cheating problems. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is at an all-time highest peak of players. It's kind of weird. But there's just so many different avenues right now in gaming that have made the first-person shooter genre feel weird and just kind of glitched out in a sense, because there's just a lot of issues, and then there's other games that are old that are becoming popular again. So would Xdefiant fill that kind of void of looking for something to play? I think so. I think right now would be a great time. I think April would be a great time. I said that if Rebirth Island launches, a lot of people were combative about that. They were like, what does a battle royale have to do with, Xdefiant? Well, it's its biggest competitor. Call of Duty, and bringing back Rebirth Island is going to pull in more players. Look at Warzone. It is a free-to-play title. Their first couple months, they had 50 million players, and that's not just because it was the name Call of Duty on it. It's because it was free-to-play, and it was fun. And that's where, like, bringing back Rebirth Island, yeah, it's free-to-play. People are going to go play that map again because it's not the big BR or whatever it might be. people enjoy that style. So that's where another thing with Xdefiant kind of caught my attention, was it's gonna be free to play, but they have to launch at the proper time. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, because of all the issues and people thinking it's coming out in summer and all that, there's one thing that I've seen on Twitter and like a couple times in my comments, and it's something that I've said before, that if Xdefiant goes through all these changes and all this stuff goes on, which I truly believe after the last playtest, they ran into issues that involved them having to really redo the game in like drastic ways. I don't think it was just netcode and little things here. I think they had to scrap big parts of the game. At least that's my true opinion. But I'm worried about the game launching and having issues, because with how this fan base has reacted to just minute things that have gone on without any information, their reaction to bugs and issues and unplayable parts of a game, it's gonna be awful. People are going to be just down the throats of Ubisoft and attacking Xdefiant for being a bad game or whatever they want to say about it, because it just seems that's the hype thing to do, is to jump on when things are bad or when there's issues on it. Now, do I think that everyone in my comment section that's been saying, I'm never gonna play this game because they're delaying it and blah, 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 blah. No, they're gonna play it. People are gonna still play it. It's free. You're gonna hop on. Let's not lie to each other. We all know we're gonna play the game, and I look forward to playing the game. But are we allowed to be disappointed in things? Of course. But the negativity and the attacks on, Tom Henderson and Ubisoft and the dev teams and all that, I don't understand that, because none of us are in their shoes. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know what the higher ups say. It's a business. They have to make money. But I'm worried that if the game launches with any kind of bugs or issues or anything like that, this community is already off the rails. So they're just going to attack the game more and more and more and be like, oh, you thought this was the COD killer? Look how shit this is. That's just how this community is, which, let's not call it the COD killer, all right? They can coexist, but let's not try to kill each other with these games, because I want competition. Because if Xdefiant is really, really good, it will force one of my favorite franchises in Call of Duty to make changes to become also really good. And with Battlefield having all these rumors for their next game of free BR and all this stuff, it's going to put pressure on both Call of Duty, Xdefiant, and any other first-person shooter that's trying to fill that market. So I'm cool with all three of the big head games that we want to have happen kind of competing and being really good, each game just being fun and good, because it makes gaming fun. And right now we're stale. We got nothing really to play that's a first-person shooter. It is a boring time for arcadey games. Yeah, there's a ton of like unique games to play and fun games, and the finals had a good resurgence with its new 5v5 mode, but there's nothing right now to fill that itch. I'm not having fun on COD. Battlefield's got a new season. Maybe we'll try that out and see how it is, but I don't feel like buying the game. So if it's on Game Pass still, I'll probably play it on there. But it's just, we're in a weird time, and we want Xdefiant to come out, but it's a hard position because we have no clue when it's going to come out. But that's all I have for Monday's Yapathon. I love doing this at the beginning of the week because I kind of compile a bunch of things in my head and jot down some notes throughout the weekend and stuff of like what I'm thinking going into the new week without information. Obviously, when news comes out and stuff like that, it changes my thought process, but this was kind of my thing going over the weekend, reading Discord messages and comments and my polls and all sorts of stuff like that. And I love starting out the week with a big discussion video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Turn on those post notification bells so you guys never miss an upload. You guys are beautiful, one of a kind. I appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate all the love and support recently here on the channel. You guys have been amazing. I don't know what we're going to do for some videos this week. I'm still thinking about it. Put in the comment section below what games you'd like to see. Do you want to see Battlefield's new season? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But love you guys to death. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces, boys.